Hi guys, so I have started without you. Sorry about it. What I've done so far is prime with the One Size oil sucker on my nose, and then I did something new. I went in with my eyeshadow primer around my smile lines, because I have smile lines now out of the blue. So I'm trying that. And then I went in with a Trixie Cosmetics bronzer stick in the shade Sundays. I'm underpainting, which is why it's so dark. But everything's going to work out, so don't worry about it. And then I went over my nose and my smile lines with the... I just lost my train of thought. With the Benefit Professional Power Powder. And now I'm just blending stuff out. Now I need to go in with some highlighting under here because I took it a little too low. Anyway, how y'all doing? What have you been up to? How's your summer going? Let me know down below. I'm curious as hell, and I want to know. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal and a little bit of the Estee Lauder Future Skin Tint Serum. This has quickly become my favorite little concoction, or I shouldn't say concoction, but my favorite foundation at the moment, because my skin has been hella dry. I've been so stressed out lately, and it's showing up on my skin. So my skin is dry, so I'm not trying to use super mattifying foundations. I'm using skin tints, and then I'm mattifying them out. And I was looking for my spatula. Anyway, so what are you guys doing? Let me know down below. I'm curious as hell, and I want to know. Me, I'm going through some stuff. I'm going through changes. Okay? I'm going through changes, and I'm going to tell you about them. But first, let me tell you something that is really awesome. Lady has learned to ride a bike. So the last time I talked to you guys, we were still in the, pushing her and her not getting it. Like she's not pedaling, stuff like that. Well, now little girl, it has clicked. And she is off. She is gone. She is... You have to tell her, girl, slow down. So, that's where we're at with the bike riding. And I'm so excited. She's riding like a little bike right now. And when I say a little bike, like an actual little bike, it's smaller. She's got a bigger bike, but Jeff said having her learn on the smaller bike is going to help her balance. And because her center of gravity is lower, and if she falls, it's less distance to fall, which makes sense because you guys know how terrified I am of my child getting hurt. So she had learned to ride her bike, and we have a bigger bike for her for when she she's tall enough for it now, but barely. Like her feet kind of like she has to reach with her tippy toes when she's on the seat. So Jeff is like, we're gonna give it a couple more weeks and see if she'll be ready for that. But right now she's not ready. What else has been going on? Nothing really. Just living life. A major event that's happened, which, like I said, I'm going through changes, is I put in my 2-week notice at my job. By the time you guys see this, I might have a week left. I might be done. I'm not sure. It depends on when I get to editing this video. But yeah, I put in my 2-week notice. And it's a big step because this is like what I do now. I've been doing for 10 years. And it's the longest career I've ever had, and doing something new is kind of, daunting. I don't know what that new thing is yet. And you guys are probably like, why are you quitting your job before you have another job? Well, I've had an interview, so I might be getting a new job, but it was either that, I'm going to be real with you, this is going to be kind of graphic, but it was either that or slit my wrist the long way. That's just what it was. I'm just not happy, like, at all. And you guys know I have my mental issues, but they're not getting any better with the environment that I work in. So yeah, I have to leave. And like I said, it's really daunting. It kind of sucks because that's where I'm comfortable at. Those are where my people are at, like, you know, but I gotta move on, bro. I gotta move on. And hopefully I'll get something that is a lot less stressful, a lot lower maintenance, and yeah. So that's where we are right now. So I'm applying everywhere, and when I say everywhere, I'm talking about everywhere. I'm going in with Danessa Myricks now. I'm going to use this as my foundation. Yeah, so I'm applying everywhere, and I've had one interview, and if I'm chosen for a follow-up interview, I'll have that. But yeah, that's what's going on. So pray for me, because this is something new that I'm doing. This is something new. I'm walking out on faith, but God told me I have to go, or he's going, you know, I have to go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going. So something bigger and better awaits me. I just know it. I have to be open. I have to find it. And I gotta let God lead me. Not trying to be, I know some people are gonna be like, oh, she's getting on Jesus, woo woo woo. Some people don't come on here to talk about religion. I'm not talking about religion. I'm just saying my faith is leading me right now. Okay? That's what it is. My faith is leading me. Okay. Going in with the Reclaim beauty oil from Reclaimed Youth Spa down in Flint. And I like to mix this with my foundations. It makes everything more moisturized and just goes on better. This color is a little light for me, but we'll bronze it up and stuff. It'll be okay. As you can see, I'm not doing any shadows today. I'm just doing what the kids are calling a toasty look, which is literally just being bronzed. But the kids are calling it a toasty look, so that's what I'm gonna call it, a toasted look. And that's what I'm gonna call it. So yeah, if you have any like suggestions or like verses like from the Bible that you want me to listen to, that you think will help me continue my journey and through my faith, let me know down below and I'll check it out, because I got the Bible on my phone on Audible, and I just listen to it when I'm feeling really anxious. Currently I'm listening to the Testament of John, the book of John, and it's talking about how basically Jesus told people who he was, and they didn't want to believe him, even though he showed them, because, you know, people got to be shown, and they still didn't believe him. And he's like, how are you not going to believe that? Look at these miracles I'm performing. How are you not going to believe that? But I'm going to be one of those people that believe. I'm one of those people that believe. I believe And that's what's going to help me through this time of need. Maybe I shouldn't call it this time of need. It's like my transition time. How I'm gonna walk through this transition of my life. Because not only, like, let me just tell you. So I've known something was gonna happen for months now. I've known something was gonna change for months. I didn't know what it was, and it was scaring the hell out of me. Like, I talk about this in therapy, where I have this thing about getting closer to 40. And I kept telling my therapist, like, I have this feeling, this overwhelming feeling that something is going to change the closer I get to 40. And it was scary because I couldn't articulate what it was. I didn't know what was going to happen. I still don't know what's going to happen. But I just had this feeling that a change was coming. And at first I thought, like, just because I'm a negative, kind of morbid person. I'm just gonna say it. But like, my brain was telling me, what about if it's a bad change? What happens then? But my gut, which I associate with my heart, was telling me it may not necessarily be a bad change. It might be something that you need to have happen, because right now is not it, babes. It's not it. So, and then I just woke up one day and I said, this is it. Today's the day that change is going to start. And here it is. Here it is, you guys. And I'm scared. I mean, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? I have a family to take care of. And here I am, about to be jobless for a little bit. And, like, don't get it twisted. I ain't gonna be jobless for long. I'm not trying to be a housewife. I'm used to a certain lifestyle, and by saying goodbye to my job, I am sacrificing some of that lifestyle. But God's telling me it's not going to be for long. You just got to make some changes for right now. But you're going to be a lot happier where I'm going to send you. That's what my faith is telling me. Sorry about that. Had to get my laundry. All right, so yeah, that's what's going on right now with me. Is I'm on a journey to new beginnings. Okay? So y'all pray for me, okay? Y'all pray for me, because this is a lot. This is a whole lot, but I believe. Anyway, on to something that's not so deep. I love summer. And if anything, this is the perfect time to be jobless, because everyone's going to be hiring for the holidays soon. So if I don't get something that I really, really want, I can always make do with something temporary until I get what I really, really want, like something that is meant for me. So, because I don't consider myself overqualified for nothing. I'll clean toilets if it gets me a paycheck, okay? I'm not above anything. No, I am not. So, I got a very supportive partner, and he keeps telling me, he's like, you're more important than your job. He's like, I understand. I don't have to like it, but I have to trust you, so that's what we're doing right now. We're trusting each other. Because that's what partners do. I have a cat here somewhere. I can feel it. Oh, look at how pretty this foundation is. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice. I'll put a little bit of that lighter shade on my nose too. And then I'm gonna take a drink of water. And then I'm going to take that Trixie stick again, and I'm going to contour my nose. This is what I like to do with my dry skin when I want full coverage. I do light layers, and I do creams, and then creams, liquids, and then powders. Because I want all that hydration on my skin, and then the powders set all of it. And it prevents me from looking cakey. That's just how I like to do it. So I'm going to show you that in this entire video. If you're still watching. If you're still watching after me ranting about changes and Jesus. But if you're a real one, you still here. If you're a real one. I know I got some followers that have been here since the beginning. And if you have, without me even telling you, you know what I do for a living. And if you know that, then you know why it's so stressful. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell my new viewers what I do for a living, but my next job won't be so, well, I don't think my next job won't be so, I don't want to say secretive, but just so, I don't want to say, my next job won't be so into my personal life. That's what I'll say. Ooh, nice and contoured, baby. Nice and contoured. Let me do my lips too. I want to contour lips. Just like so. And then go in with my sponge again and just gently pat that out. See, I'm getting makeup on my sweatshirt. This is a wrong shirt to have done with this look. But we're here now, it's okay. We're here now. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and start powdering. The first powder I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder. Not to be confused with the Blurfection powder, also from L'Oreal, because I was confused. I thought this was the viral one. This is the viral one. Personally, I think they work better together than they do apart. But that's just my thoughts. But they're just my thoughts. So I'm going to put this under my eye, and then I'm going to go in with this one and put it on my cheek area because it's so blurring. But I like this powder because of how thin it is. I like both powders because of how thin they are. Like, they're very thin. And they get the job done. They get that job done. So press out the creases, getting rid of that extra product on my eyes. And then going in with the powder, really getting it into the sponge. You guys know how I go. You guys know what I be doing. Really getting in there. And getting on my eyelids too. Getting some more powder in the cap. I hate how small this thing is though. That's what I hate. I hate how small it is. I hate how small this is too, but what I hate most about this one is that those holes are so tiny. Like this one's got the holes in the middle. The other one's got the holes on the side, and it really sucks trying to get powder out. Like that is a packaging flaw for real. For real, for real. Alright. So patting out those creases. Getting the powder on my sponge, or on my powder puff, I should say. Patting out the creases again. And going in. And getting some more powder. Getting it on my powder puff again. And going in. Now we go in with the other powder, the Blurfection powder. And I really have to like pound this stuff. Oh, another difference between these two powders is this one has talc and this one does not. But I don't know what they did to make it work so great with that talc, but without talc, but they did it because it works. So we get the Blurfection powder on the powder puff, really working in. And I don't go underneath my eyes, directly underneath my eyes. I go on my cheek area. Like that. And up into the temples. Like so. And you can feel the difference. Like this feels a lot more drying, a lot more mattifying than the other powder does. So that's why I don't take it directly underneath my eyes. But this packaging though, this packaging sucks, bro. It sucks. Alright, getting some more powder. And of course I'm wearing a black sweatshirt, so you know I got powder everywhere right now. But it's okay, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just having fun with makeup. Pressing it all the way up. to the temple. And get some of that powder on the nose as well. Get some more on the lid, just because the lids don't feel quite set. Pretty. Ugh, okay, get all that powder off. Ugh. All right, so what do I do next? Oh, go in with more powder. So I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to be using the Polite Society More Than a Pretty powder, just because I haven't used it in a minute. And I'm going to put that on a powder puff and set my whole face with it. Put that on there. And I'm just stamping this powder in. Stamping it everywhere. And this is going to softly mattify the skin. This is not my favorite powder for doing this because, as you can see, it sticks certain places, but I need to use it up, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm just going to dust it away anyway, so it's not a big deal. And it's really mattifying everything. And I know I look crazy, but it's all going to come together in the end. And like in some places, like I said, it sticks, but by the time we're all done, you're not going to be able to see that. Okay. Now we're going in. Now I'm going to go in with the bronzer, and I'm using my Hourglass bronzer. And Just gonna work this into the brush. Yeah, work it into the brush and apply. And it just goes on looking airbrushed. And I know I'm using a lot of powder and I have dry skin, but the way I do it, like my skin underneath is not dry. It's got hydration and it's just dry on the surface. And then when I go in and spray my aloe vera and glycerin, everything's just gonna melt. It's gonna melt all the powder. So don't be scared, okay? This is just how I do my makeup, and if you are following me, trust the process. Trust the process. Going back in with the bronzer on my forehead. Just trust the process. In my opinion, makeup is always, it looks scary before it looks good. It looks scary, like with the smoky eye. It always looks scary before it looks good. Then I'm going to go in with my Glam Goth Beauty Dark Renaissance palette. And I'm going to use the shade Morbid Lisa right here. This is my perfect shade for my nose. Like, this is the whole reason I buy this palette, is for this shade. It is just the right neutral that I need in order to contour my nose the way I like it contoured. And then I go in with the shade Marble right here and go down the center. Put a little on the tip, go down the center. I gotta keep bugging Marley about this palette, begging her to bring it back, because this is the only one I have. So when she brings it back, I'm gonna buy like 2 backups, because it is that good. It is that good. Okay, what do I want to do for blush? I think I'm going to go in with So Baroque, because it's this brownie orangey blush. And I'm just going to do a little bit, because we want to be toasty, right? Is that what the kids are calling it? Toasty. We want to be toasty. Nice and warm. Put some on the chin too. Okay, almost done. So I'm going to go in with my powder brush and just pat everything in. And then I'm going to go in with a foundation powder. The foundation powder I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild foundation powder. This is the Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder, and this is in light medium. And I'm going to go over all my highlighty spots just with a powder puff. Really get it in through the sponge. And just do some extra highlighting. And then dust it away. Get some on the sides of my nose. And then use some of my Glowish. This is no longer available, sorry guys, but I love this shit. And this is in the shade light medium. And I'm going in with that same powder puff, just flipping it on the opposite side. And going over bronzy parts that I think are a little too dark. Over my nose that I think are a little too dark. Around my lips. And my neck. Everything is looking super airbrushed. Almost done with the powders. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Veil and just dust that everywhere. Okay, so this is what the face is looking like up close, looking very powdery, but don't worry, because I'm going in with my magic sauce, which is aloe vera and glycerin. Shake it up really well. And this is going to melt into all the powders. Alright, while that continues to dry, I'm going to go in with a blue eyeliner and some lashes. So the blue eyeliner I'm going to use is from Urban Decay, and this is in the shade Chaos. So I'm just going to hit my waterline with this. Now I'm going to go in with some lashes, and I'm going to put those on off camera, and then I'll come back and do the lip with you and spray the face, and then we'll be done. Alright, I am back and I have my eyelashes on. Looking super cute. Super cute. So now I'm going to do the lips. I always start off with a MAC lip liner. Well, this is recent. I haven't always started off with a MAC lip liner, but I do now. I'm a believer. I have the shade Chestnut here. So I'm going to be using this to line my lips. And then I take my finger and kind of rub it all in my lips. And I do this just in case my lipstick rubs off, I'll still have that lip liner on. And it's got a subtle contour. Then I'm going to take my lipstick. This is NYX Suede in Downtown Beauty. And I'm gonna take that on the outer corners as well. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer shade, or what I consider to be a concealer, not actually a concealer, and put it in the center. Give it like an ombre look. And then finally, after everything, I spray down my face. And what setting spray I like to use? Alright, so we're finally done, and I brought you guys in super close so you can see the final look. I did spray my face down using the One Size Until Dawn. You guys know how I feel about this. Best setting spray on the market, in my opinion. Super cute, or whatever. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed putting that shit on with me today, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. Share this video because you know sharing is caring, and since you're here, you might as well watch some more videos. So there they are popping up right there and right there, right there and right there, right there and right there. Support your girl, okay? And I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully this wasn't too long. Hopefully it wasn't too deep. But, I appreciate you guys. Everybody that is subscribed to me, everybody that watches me, even if you aren't subscribed, I appreciate you guys. You're here for me to talk to when I need to talk. And today was one of those days I need to talk and just beat the fuck out of my face. So, thank you. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!